how we doing? So, first off, I just want to say, Jeff, you're right, man. I don't make enough videos. I really got to do something about that. But, I like to do them when I'm by myself. And, I've actually been bringing my kid to work with me. Maybe I'll, do one with him if he wants to, or with him, with me, But, yeah, little dick broke his phone. Thought I was going to just go buy him a new phone. No. Like, I said, school's out, you come work with me, when I could use a helper, and I'll just pay, you can earn your own phone. And he did that, and he's proud of that phone. He earned that, which I see a lot of day with people and their kids, they just give them shit, You don't, what? Oh, driving school? Oh, that's, here you go. Let me pay for that for you. Let me buy you your first car. Let me pay your insurance. No. This guy doesn't do that. My kids, driving is not a right. It's a privilege. And if you want the privilege to do that, you're going to earn it. Because then you're going to appreciate it more. Like, if you got to work for it, you're going to appreciate it. You're going to say, I had to work my ass off to get to this. I had to work my ass off to get that car. It matters more that way. These kids whose parents just hand them shit, they don't appreciate it, and they don't care, and they're spoiled. I try to give my kids everything that they need and everything that they want, but there's some things you're gonna have to earn. I was never handed nothing. I've had a lot of things, lost it all because of choices I made, and then had to build myself back up, and I'm better and stronger for it today. Like I said in like my last video or the video before that, this shit builds character. It makes you who you are. But anyway, what I really wanted to come out here and talk about is, I don't understand what's going on with, TV and film critic people, right? Like, do they go into things with bias because of who somebody is? Because the new show on Amazon Prime, and if you have Amazon, for buying shit, you have Amazon Prime Video. It's free. It comes with your whole subscription, along with the music thing. Yeah, you can pay for, the next step up, but you don't have to. Fucking free. Just download the app, sign in on your Amazon account. Anyway, the new Chris Pratt show on there, The Terminal List, is based on books by Jack Carr. The main character of the books is James Reese. He's a Navy SEAL, fucking badass. Well, I first heard of this on Joe Rogan's podcast about a month or so ago, maybe a little less, whenever Carr was on there, and I was listening to it, and I don't always agree with what Rogan says, obviously, because I've bitched about him on my channel before, especially when it comes to vaping shit. But I really enjoy his podcast. I do, and that's okay, because you cannot agree with somebody and still enjoy their shit, because that's just what it is. But anywho, I heard about the TV show coming out and the books, so I bought the books and listened to them, all five books. Now, the first two are great. They're all good, but the first two are my favorite. Yeah, for sure. The first two are my favorite. So good. Well, I listened to them in the car, which is, another reason why I have been making videos, because I'm I gotta keep listening to the book, and then I'll be I'll make a video on the way home, but then I'll just keep listening to what's going on, and I can't stop, and it's over, and then I start the next one, when I plan on making a video in between, but then I start it. It is what it is. You get wrapped up in shit, right? So, anyway, I just finished the 5th book like yesterday morning, I want to say. Well, the 8 episodes of The Terminalist Season 1 came out on July 1st, right? Each episode is about an hour 15 minutes in between there, you know. One might be like, 75 minutes, the next episode will be 55, but they're all about an hour roughly. And it follows the first book so well. Of course, there's differences in things, how certain people die, certain characters and shit. But anyway, like certain relationships with characters. But it follows the first book pretty damn good, right? Well, before the show came out, I was seeing like reviews on the show, like people that like pre-screened it, like The Terminalist is terminally bad, and this sucks about it, and you can't follow it, and maybe it's because I read or / listened to the first book, whatever you want to say first, and then watch the show. But I watched all 8 episodes. I want to say I finished on, what's today? Thursday? So I want to say I finished it like Tuesday night. I watched like the last 2. It is so good. Like, it is really good. Like, if you have Amazon Prime Video, watch that shit. Like, if you like those kind of movies or TV shows, like, oh my god. Some of the stuff in there is so crazy, the shit this dude does to people. Like, oh man, it's good shit. And it's not hard to follow along. That's like kind of my point. Like, are they like not watching the same thing I'm watching? I mean, you're allowed to not agree if you like the show or not, but then to add stuff to it, like, it just isn't right or doesn't make sense. Like, you can't follow it along. You can't follow along with it. It jumps around too much. Like, no, if you're paying attention, it's just fine, right? Do they have preconceived notions because they don't like Jack Carr or they don't like Chris Pratt? Maybe they don't like Carr because they don't like Rogan, because Rogan's controversial. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't get it. But I guess the whole point is you got to make up your own mind about things. And the same thing with life. Like, you can't say something, because a lot of people do this. They'll say something because they think that's what people want to hear. Or they'll be like, oh, this is what I think about this subject, when it's really not. Like, genuine people just aren't out there anymore. It's hard to find them, especially on social media. Like, people just, when are you gonna be? See, my kids don't leave me alone, man. Don't have kids if you don't have kids. I'm just kidding. But anyway, like, it's hard to find good, like, real, genuine people that are going to give their honest opinion on something. You don't have to like the actors in the show or the guy that wrote the book or, the guy that's promoting it. You don't have to agree with their views or opinions and yada, 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 but still say, hey, the art form was good. What they did was good. I don't like that person, but what he did was good. You can do that. It is okay. I promise you. But a lot of people won't do that because you're not supposed to like that person. So anything that person did, you don't like it. It's stupid. It really is. It limits your mind. It limits things that you can learn, It limits a lot of stuff. Like, I try to feel like I'm a pretty open-minded person. I believe that about myself. There's a lot of traffic over here today. It's normally not like this. But, yeah, like, go watch that shit and make up your own mind. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just really like that kind of stuff. You go watch it. You tell me what you thought. Read the books, man. It was like $15 for the book, to listen to it. It was so good. And the guy that narrates it, Ray Porter, he is so good. Like, really, like, just gets you into the story. I I said, there's 5 books. I listened to them all back to back to back to back. Like, whew, they're so good. And I'm really hoping they do like a season 2. And it's crazy because like I was reading this thing yesterday. It said Rotten Tomatoes gave it like 30% or something on Rotten Tomatoes, whatever. There's a splat system or what fuck ever. But then, you know, the people that watched it gave it like 80 or 90%. Like, thumbs up. And there's been other things that I've seen that like, like critics or like Rotten Tomatoes or whatever you want to, they're like, oh, this is garbage, but then you watch it and you're like, oh man, this shit is good. So I don't know, just make up your own mind, you know, be yourself, decide what you like because you like it. Even if you're one of 5 people in a group that like it, it's okay, you know. People really need to learn how to see. I don't know. If you haven't noticed, I'll just tell you how I feel or what I think about a subject. And if you don't like it, I mean, we can have a conversation about it. I'm not going to get mad because you don't agree with me. Tell me your point. I'll tell you mine, but don't get angry. Maybe we'll change each other's minds. Maybe we won't. But that's part of life. And nobody does that anymore. Because you think this way and I think this way, we can't be friends. That's just horse shit. It really is. Honestly. So, I don't know. But, I hope everybody had a good 4th of July. I know it's been a while. I want to say it was before Father's Day, the last video I made. So, yeah. I hope everybody had a good, safe, healthy 4th of July. I hope everybody out there is doing their best. You know, striving to meet their goals. I went the other day. My oldest son, he's 19, graduated high school, he's got a job, you know, he pays his car insurance, he wants to get an apartment. So we go looking at apartments, and then the lady's like, you 21? And he was like, no, I'm 19. She's like, oh, you can't, nope, you gotta be 21. She's like, so dad has to do it. Like, what? I had my own apartment when I was 19. Like I don't understand why. So when you're 18, you can vote for leaders of the country and the people that run shit. When you're 18, you can go fight for our country. When you're 18, you can go buy a gun. What you can't do at 18 is smoke cigarettes or buy any nicotine product. You can't drink alcohol. You can't rent a car. And you can't get an apartment? What? But you can get credit cards and destroy your credit if you want. You can get student loans that you're going to pay for the rest of your life. You can buy a gun that you can use to take somebody's life with or your own, right? You can go to war, but you can't get an apartment. But you can't decide whether or not you're able to go buy nicotine products because they're too addictive. And you don't have the mindset to make that decision for yourself until you're 21. What the fuck? I don't know, man. It's crazy. So, of course, he's a good kid. He's got a good head on his shoulders. So I filled out the paperwork. And then he found out yesterday he got approved. So he'll be moving into his own place. But if he fucks it up and I gotta pay his rent, I guess I'm moving in. I don't have to worry about it. He won't let me down. Anyway, you guys take care. Take it easy. I'll be back. And I'll try to make it sooner rather than later. Okay. I'll do my best. I won't promise nothing. I never promise shit. Because a promise is the same thing. Like a promise you can't keep is the same thing as a lie. Okay? So, I won't promise shit. I'll just tell you I'll do my best. And that's all I can do. was fucking Frank. Later, guys.